Hello everyone and welcome to this week's briefing. This week, the county recognized January as Human Trafficking Awareness Month. When we're talking about trafficking, we're talking about both trafficking for sex slavery and also trafficking people into labor slavery. Human trafficking is the face of modern day slavery and it must be eliminated from society. Human traffickers often take advantage of people, including minors, who are vulnerable. Traffickers use force, fraud, or coercion to entrap young adults into trafficking. Youth who are trafficked are often manipulated into traumatized situations. Sadly, many incidents of human trafficking are not reported. We only learn of victims when they ask for help. Since 2007, U.S. National Human Trafficking Hotline has received more than 400,000 tips and helped more than 30,000 victims and survivors. Over the past few years, they reported a steady increase in calls directly from those needing help. Montgomery County has a Human Trafficking Prevention Committee. It began as a task force in 2014 and has evolved into an important tool bringing together law enforcement, partner agencies, and dedicated advocates looking to help victims and to shut down the brutal networks that benefit from human trafficking. The committee hopes to be able to uncover more labor trafficking while continuing to be focused on sex trafficking. Trafficking in Montgomery County may occur in a variety of venues, including hotels, homes, and illegal establishments that appear to be professional massage or bodyworks businesses. Over the next several months, you'll see the committee's educational outreach and ads across our county, raising awareness about human trafficking. We've also worked to train small groups of people like Montgomery County Public Schools employees on warning signs so they can help identify situations when authorities may need to investigate. I'm proud that Montgomery County is working to improve access to comprehensive services for human trafficking survivors, increase the prosecution of human traffickers, and to work toward preventing human trafficking in the county, period. If you witness or suspect human trafficking in Montgomery County, we advise you to call the Victim Assistance and Sexual Assault Program on the 24-hour crisis line. That number is 240-777-4357. The national hotline is 1-888-373-7888. For more information on our human trafficking prevention efforts, please visit humantraffickinghotline.org. The Montgomery County Commission for Women is hosting their 44th annual Women's Legislative Briefing this Sunday, January 28th at the Universities of Shady Grove in Rockville. A resource fair opens at 11:30 a.m. with the opening session beginning at 12:30 p.m. Breakout sessions will focus on topics like sexual assault, domestic violence prevention, women's health, economic justice, and women in technology, women in the workplace, and human trafficking prevention. Every year, this is a valuable forum that helps empower women in our county. It also brings them up to speed on the latest updates coming out of Annapolis and our area. I look forward to attending, listening, and learning about how we can continue to improve Montgomery County. Walk-up registration is allowed, but if you want to sign up ahead of time, please visit 2024-WLB-Eventbrite.com. The battle over abortion rights and women's health care will be back before the Supreme Court in a new way this year. Anti-abortion groups have sued to disallow the FDA authorization of Mifepristone, one of the two drugs most commonly used for medication abortions. Lower courts have issued a ruling, which is currently on hold, that would threaten access to the drug across the country. In December, the Supreme Court said it will review the case, with a ruling expected before the court recesses in the summer. The Center for Reproductive Rights points out that the Supreme Court has never invalidated a long-standing FDA approval like they've been asked to do in this case. The drug has been used by nearly 5 million patients across the country since it was cleared in the year 2000. That's why Montgomery County will stand with other municipalities to fight this move by anti-abortion activists. Our county attorney is joining the Public Rights Project's amicus brief to be filed in the Supreme Court to challenge the abortion medication ban. It is anticipated that nearly 100 local governments will be a part of that effort. Montgomery County joined the Public Rights Project's amicus brief that was filed this past summer in the same case pending before the United States Circuit Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit. In Maryland this fall, reproductive rights will be on the ballot. This week, Maryland First Lady Dawn Moore led the charge to get voters to codify protections in the Maryland state constitution. That rally happened on what would have been the 51st anniversary of Roe v. Wade. Governor Westmore has given the University of Maryland medical systems permission to stockpile Mifepristone in case it is pulled from the market. He has also vowed to expand access to reproductive health care. It is as important today as it ever was for the state of Maryland and Montgomery County to be a safe haven for abortion access and women's health. There are too many places across the nation where women now have no local options or face prosecution over health choices. They should retain control over their own bodies without government interference. This is frankly none of our business. These efforts will help support that. We are 5 years into my work as county executive, and we've just seen the completion of one of the most important projects that I think we've done. A new Sprouts Farmers Market is now open in Burtonsville Crossing Shopping Center in the East County. You may be thinking, shopping centers are everywhere, what's the big deal? I have an answer for you. The new store is the product of a lot of hard work over many years. It is one of a series of improvements for East County that many people had a hand in. When I was on the county council, this and many other East County projects were stuck. My team and I worked with developers and the community to iron out many of the issues that were blocking progress on these projects. Together we helped develop a plan for the kind of revitalization that benefits everyone in the East County. Today we have a nationally touted grocer in Sprouts anchoring a development that will soon include a locally owned gym and several national stores. Together they will draw shoppers from across our region via I-95, Route 198, and Route 29. More development is coming to Town Center on 29 and Gateway. We have also worked with Montgomery College to get an East County Education Center started, and in the future we'll see an MC campus in East County. Additionally, there is finally progress on Viva White Oak. There is a new developer working with the previous developer to make sure that the things that were promised to the community are actually going to be built, and life will return to that part of the county where that vacant massive amount of 300 acres is sitting today. East County has been seriously neglected for too long. I used to live on 198, and when I lived there, a car would come by about every 20 minutes at night. It's not like that anymore. It's a growing community that desperately wanted to see revitalization. There is more in the works, including a flash expansion that would add Burtonsville to our planned bus rapid transit network and also make it true bus rapid transit rather than running in mixed traffic. These new developments are going to be a big boost for the region. They lead to local jobs and more choices for consumers. Sprouts is a special kind of grocery store, and this is the company's first Maryland store in the DC region. I hope it's also a sign to investors that we're serious about economic development across our county, including in the East County. I want to thank our state lawmakers for helping fund these improvements. It's the community that benefits the most and deserves the most thanks for their participation, persistence, and input that made this all possible. This week, you may have caught an update on Sergeant Patrick Kepp, the Montgomery County Police Department officer who was severely injured when he was targeted by an aggressive driver on I-270 last fall. Kepp lost both of his lower legs. He has been going through physical therapy at Walter Reed Medical Center for the last month. On Saturday, Sergeant Kepp was recognized by the Baltimore Ravens during their playoff game against the Houston Texans. Sergeant Kepp is a longtime Ravens fan whose service to our community was applauded by fans there and also those who saw the social media posts about him. We wish him the best in his recovery. Next week I plan to share progress on our efforts that we're making in Annapolis to ensure that dangerous driving on our roads is met with much harsher penalties in the future to keep our officers and our community safe. Finally, COVID is still with us. I know personally. I just got tested negative after a 6-day bout with it and was fortunate that my experience was mild. It made me glad that I got my booster and that Paxlovid was available to help treat it. We continue to see in the county and the state a confluence of COVID cases, RSV cases, and the flu. COVID continues to be the most lethal of this trio. Elderly people and people who are immune compromised are the most vulnerable of all. Take care of yourself. Get your immunizations if you haven't already. So that's a wrap for today. I hope you have a great week, and I'll be back again next week.